the problem is Nick has gotten out there and has sort of tried to dirty Aaron's good name.
Now hold
Click
on.
that link, Aaron.
In your opinion, you think Nick has gone around trying to ruin Aaron's good name and not vice versa?
Yes. All Nick does is try to dirty Aaron's name. He spends all day in Melton's chat talking about how much he hates Aaron, like some vengeful ex-girlfriend. And we're going to go into those later on. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Then he tries to, not defame him, but try and make his name worse with all the lawsuits he's setting against him. And any opportunity he gets. He literally, in Kayla's recent document, they said that they were getting swatted most likely by Aaron Imholte. And I think it's actually Imholt, not Imholte, but I'm too far gone. I can't say anything else now. So he absolutely is trying to ruin Aaron's name. And I think that Nick thinks that if he does that, he can somehow get out of his own charges and he can pin it all on Aaron. I don't see how that's going to work because Aaron left the whole cover like 7 weeks before. No, was it 7 weeks? It was 7 weeks, right? Was it 7 weeks? I want to say 7 weeks. 7 weeks before the drug raid even happened.
Yes, Nick would never come on to talk about boxing with me. But yeah, I think that this Nick Rekieta guy, I don't know how he's skated by and all this stuff. That if you have kids and you're having a party where there's
he hasn't skated by. He's got felony charges. Everyone keeps going like, when is Nick going to be held accountable? It's like he's the only one being held accountable. He has charges. What are we talking about? How is he?
What do you mean the only one being held accountable? I mean, Ralph just paid $500. No, the entire team. They're going to have to be held accountable individually. I think April's probably going to get off with the lighter sentence, obviously, because she's got the strongest claim. That was just staying over, just the nanny, right? Just the nanny. But the thing is, she's never going to turn on Nick, or at least not yet. Maybe she will eventually. I guess she needs to understand that she's nothing to Nick, because she's absolute crazy, like wear your skin kind of person, I think. And I mean, she should turn on Nick. She should be the first one to squeal gets the best deal, as they say. Now, Ralph has already pleaded guilty and he perhaps has handed over some information. We don't know. That may be the reason for Nick's silence. But the deal's only going to get worse from now on.
Skated by. He could go to prison for a very long time. Like,
the only way Nick will go to prison for a very long time is if he keeps filing his own documents. If he just stays out of it and lets his lawyer do the hard work, do the real work, the work of a lawyer, then Nick will be okay and he'll probably just get like deferment and probation for a couple of years, probably a hefty fine, and maybe he'll have to do like random drug testing for a long time, something like that, and probably no contact with April. It seems like that's actually coming through. If Nick just shuts his trap and lets a lawyer do the talking, he should be fine. And my $20 should be in my wallet and not in Pepsi Man's wallet, as we have a bet on the outcome of this court case.
How's he skating?
What's April going to do for money? That bitch doesn't work.
He's got a very profitable YouTube channel. The children can run it.
Can he just not talk about children for one conversation?
That's how you know that show was not that popular, because they find her attractive. You know what I mean? It's not like if you get like some sexy Hispanic fucking woman on, I can understand that. April looks like me. I wouldn't fuck me, right, Dane?
Apparently, April looks like this Irish drunk fellow. That's a hard one. That's a mean thing to say. Holy shit.
No, definitely not. That's the thing, though. When Patrick, you first stumbled across Steel Toe, they were riding high, and April was on that show, and she was getting a lot of simp love, and I think that is a lot of reason.
So I don't know too much about the Steel Toe deepest lore, but am I correct in saying that April was on the show and that she would take off her clothes, like if they got like a big donor or something, like if it was like $50 and she strips down to bikini? Am I correct in saying that?
Why they were hitting goals so regularly, and Aaron wasn't such a beggy monster. You know, you've been called, like, you've been said to have run April off the internet. Do you think that is kind of what you did to the show, is take away those simp dollars?
No, I think when you go back through it, first of all, yeah, I think that happened. Like, first of all, I just started talking about the show, and then people started agreeing with it and going like, oh yeah, this guy is. And then you started seeing all the little cracks in their relationship. These things exist. When you see the fights that they have on camera, you have to imagine the off-camera stuff. He's so possessive and
Well, I
controlling.
mean, they got divorced, so yeah.
And we saw him yell at her for coming down too late, too early, better than her on the air, which will result in him belittling her and shitting.
This is some weird armchair psychology stuff. I guess it melted the prognosticator. He predicted a marriage of a guy that had already been divorced once. What are the chances? Apparently higher than 50%. I mean, that's what it is, right? like even if he did see the cracks, he saw the cracks, he read the writing on the wall. Like that's a prediction you're always going to get 50% right or wrong on, because that's just how prevalent divorce is.
On her, and I think once she started getting criticism and the show started getting criticism, that's when they leaned into the like, oh, let's bring her out in a bathing suit, let's lean into. She started wearing like more sheer clothing. I don't know if part of that was like,
so she's a slag. We know that. I can see the tattoos. I know. Wow, the real big deepest insight into the Steel Toe show.
Nick was buying her stuff or something, you know, but she went from this like almost like substitute teacher type garb to this really risque, like, you know, nets and leather and like the shitty Midwestern turquoise jewelry everywhere.
Yeah, so she did the Twitch streaming arc. She started off being, hey guys, it's cute gaming girlfriend here to entertain you, and it's a hot tub stream, and it's an ear licking stream. Yeah, it's a tale as old as, well, the internet, I guess, in this case.
It was just like, ugh.
Did
So
he
she
get
got
the divorce?
trashier.
Yeah, she did. She absolutely did get trashier. Like, I think before she started dating Nick, she didn't have this awful tattoo here, which is so the tattoo has some funny lore as well. She got this at like the Minnesota Tattoo Festival, which was just like this, you know, just a tat festival, whatever. But Nick and April got caught on camera there, and also April and Kayla were swapping clothes between there. They didn't even bring a change of clothes. They just thought, like, we'll switch clothes. That's like wearing a new set of clothes, right? But you can see it's got two wolves and the big wolf. This is Nick, the alpha male, and you've got his two bitches here. That's what it means. The deepest lore in this tattoo. Wow, who could figure out the meaning of this one? There you go. 3 wolves and a moon, and there you go. All right, that's the first one. Next one is called Nobody Likes Onions, which is Melton. Answers for Aaron's kids' comments. That Aussie guy goes in on Melton. Predictions for outcome. All right, let's take a look. This is again from TV's Will Herron. And he likes to hide his little logo somewhere. He was hiding it over here before. I wonder if it's going to change places. So I always have a little bit of a game trying to spot where it is.